What up, everybody? It's your girl Keita Connects, and I am here with Rashaad The King. Rashaad, how old are you?
I am 26.
26. You're old.
Low key. Yeah. I know I don't look like it though. It's all good.
You got that baby face.
And I've been trying to grow this beard, man. It ain't. I shaved it once thinking it was gonna come back. It ain't come back. But it's all good.
Rashaad, how was your life growing up?
Growing up? Growing up was interesting. Had two brothers, CJ, also known as Skywalker, and my little brother Zay. Grew up with both my parents. My dad actually was a preacher, and my mom, she's a nurse. Technically a, what's it called? Medical assistant. But yeah, it was definitely interesting, man. Like, we grew up in a real, strict home. My parents didn't let us do a whole lot. You know, it was a lot of just me and my brothers a lot of the time, just trying to find some kind of way to entertain ourselves without getting in trouble. But yeah, it was something else. We definitely were involved in music, involved in sports a lot. If it wasn't those two, because me and my brother did band, and we played football, basketball, baseball, all the way up. So yeah, sports definitely was it growing up.
Did you ever do music in church?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
You sung or play the drums?
I sang. Actually, I started singing in the church when I was 3 years old at my papa's church. So, man, that's crazy. I haven't thought about that in a long time. But yeah, so it was a wild experience to be that little and be up there in front of those people. I was always scared, but that's where I started, and all the way up. Even now, if somebody asked me to sing at the church, I still will. I'm not afraid to go in there or anything like that. Ain't that weird? But yeah.
Were you bad? Because you know what they say about the pastor's child.
Was I bad? I got in trouble a lot. More so for at home, for running my mouth or whatever. At school or whatever, I didn't get in trouble because I knew if I got in trouble, my dad was gonna whip my ass up.
And you couldn't play sports if you got in trouble either.
Yeah, so exactly. If the grades weren't right, so it was strict. It was definitely strict. We were on our P's and Q's for sure. But at home, it was either my eyes or it was my mouth. So, but outside the house, nah.
You was a perfect little angel.
Yep. That's what they thought.
What did you play in football?
Football, I played wide receiver, played quarterback some, when I was younger. And then when I got to high school, ended up playing, starting at receiver. And then my senior year, my best friend actually passed away, who was our quarterback. So I ended up having to take over at quarterback. We got to the third round. So, we did all right.
How did your best friend pass away?
He had a accidental overdose.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You took that pretty hard, I guess.
Yeah. Me and my other best friend, which if you ever see on my stories or anything like that, where I say 2, 3, 5 or anything like that, that was us, because I was number 3, Cody was number 2, and Harry was number 5. So, and Harry was the one that passed. So we just got even tighter. Hung out with him all the time, and we skipped school some, but it was a crazy time. But one thing about sports, especially football, is just the amount of brotherhood that's a part of the sport, and we all just kind of band together and got through it. Ended up playing really well, but just in life, it definitely was tough. It was a rough moment, for sure.
Did you maybe were you still were you writing then?
So in high school, was I writing?
Yeah.
No, kinda. So me and them, we would always send each other lyrics or whatever. I grew up, and I'm the way y'all grew up too. Wordplay and everything like that was always king. It was always key. So we're sending each other Wayne verses or what have you. And every once in a while, I would try to write something to send, and then I would send it like in the text or whatever, and you know, I knew I did something. If they was like, hey bro, who was that, bro? That was tough. You know what I'm saying? So that was the start of that. But I wasn't like writing or recording or anything like that. Like I did like when I got to high school, I did chorus and stuff. So at that point in life, that was more so the music, like learning like theory and stuff like that. Learning how to read music and stuff. That was that point in life.
Yeah. Chorus, well, high school chorus really helps. When
Yeah.
it comes to reading music and all that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wouldn't be who I was. Who I was. I wouldn't be who I am now without it. Cause like harmonies and like hearing stuff like that, like the stuff I like to try to do, definitely, for sure.
You just had a daughter.
Yeah.
How has life changed since having a daughter?
Definitely have less time. A whole lot less time. I have to tell everybody like, yo, if I don't answer your text or if I don't answer your call, like right away, I promise you it's not personal. I just like my time is so much less. But in sleep, I don't sleep a whole lot, which I never really slept a lot before anyway. But like, nah.
She ain't gonna let you sleep.
Nah. And it feels like, before I felt like I didn't need it. I'm like, man, I can go off no sleep, it's whatever. But like now it's like, man, I wish I could get some sleep. And you just can't, like it's not gonna happen.
You ain't gonna do nothing but get worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, at the same time, wouldn't trade it. You know, it's definitely a cool experience. It's weird, like, to see yourself.
In another person?
Yeah. Like whether it be attitude or like physical features, it's just an interesting concept in general. But
How
watching
old
her,
is your daughter?
she's about to be 3 months. She is fresh. She is new.
Yeah,
and
so she's young, but at that stage she can still show a lot of attitude.
yeah. It started with her eyebrows, right? Like so at first it was just like she like frowned at you, but now she'll like exclaim and stuff, like actually yell at you or whatever. So I know when I'm not doing what she wants me to do.
So which came first, modeling or music? As far as you focusing on something.
I would say music. I've always liked to take pictures. And like pose and do stupid stuff. I'm not your average like cool dude. Like I don't even honestly be feeling like I look that cool to keep it a stack. but I just like to try stuff and do stuff that I think looks like different on camera. But music definitely came first. As I've met certain people, shout out to Angel and shout out to Max Rex, Larry Paradiso, all the Storehouse. As I've met people like that you know have stuff that they want to you know showcase and put me in and you know are super talented at what they do, it's crazy. You know I started to move that side a little bit more too, but it's always the music. For me, what matters the most is definitely music. It's what I love to do. It's my favorite thing.
What's your outlet?
For sure, definitely. Always has been.
So why didn't you put out the whole video to fans? Because I know you hurt a lot of people.
Really? That's crazy. That's funny actually. Nah, so the reason why I didn't put out the whole video to fan, because that isn't the actual official video. I've been planning and writing and preparing for a bigger, I want to go more like cinematic actually and take the time to tell a story with it, which we ended up doing with the unofficial. It ended up turning out way better than I had planned. Honestly, shout out to Brimages, shout out to Kelly and Sherry, AJ, shout out to Adrian. Man, it just ended up going well, but it's not the official. So probably within the next 2 weeks, we should be about ready to do what we got planned. So I'm definitely excited to actually get it done. So yeah.
So you do it. The song Do It.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Michael slash The Weeknd.
Right.
You get that same vibe, or?
Yeah, so the funny thing about that whole project, King James, is actually like I made that project in general it was like an ode to like Rick James, Michael Jackson, like that era of music. So as you can see with some of the music that I'm releasing now, it's not like my core of like the type of music that I was trying to make, but I just like, I don't know, I had fallen in love with it because I don't really listen to a lot of like current music most times. Like I listen to older stuff, I listen to just different types of genres and stuff. Especially if I'm creating, like I don't want to listen to what's out. So I was just listening to like 70s, 80s, like that type of music, and ended up making that with my boy Skywalker. It was actually my brother CJ I was talking about earlier. He makes beats, he produces and stuff like that. He makes his own music, he's an artist. So but yeah, that project was fun for sure. Do it, definitely. I've gotten that before, and definitely inspired by that time for sure.
Definitely.